Hello everyone and welcome. My name is Lizanne and I'm going to be guiding you through a short and gentle hip and low back practice. So let's get started. We're going to start in a really wide knee child's pose. So knees nice and wide, big toe mounds can come together, and we're just going to gently set our hips back. I want you to feel a stretch in the inner thighs here. The hands can reach forward and the forehead comes down on the ground. And then let your heart soften down. Hands press into the earth, forehead comes down, shoulders soften, maybe a little wiggle side to side. And let the hips gently sink back. And we're going to start to breathe in and out through the nose here. And just remember that practice is for you today. If something doesn't feel right in your body, please don't do it. So remain in that child's pose. Take a big full breath in. And a long breath out. Take a big full breath in through the nose and hold at the bottom of that inhale. Feel that fullness. And then gently let it all go. Soften the heart down, soften the hips down. Take one more big breath in here, just like that. Big breath in. Hold at the top of that inhale. And then gently let it all go. Soften, relax, release. All right. Take the hands back towards the knees, and then we're just going to come up here. We're going to externally rotate through the feet here so the toes turn out. It's a bit of a frog, modified frog pose here. So we're going to keep our knees on the mat. If you've got really long legs, I do not, I am short. You can take them off if you want to switch directions on the mat. You can even take your knees wide. So I want you just to be able to feel a stretch in the inner thighs here. We're going to take the hands a little bit more forward. And then we're going to bring the body forward into the hips. And I just want you to start to rock and back and forth within your range of motion in your hips. So everybody's joints in the hip sockets are shaped differently. So this might feel awful when you move forward for some people. So don't let it feel awful. Just let it feel like a bit of an opening through the hips. And be really mindful. When you pull forward, it's really easy to dip into that low back. Keep your abdominals turned on here. A little strength in the low belly so you're not arching through that low back. Rock back, find your edge. Rock forward, find your edge. Back. And then forward. All right, and we're going to bring our knees together here. We're going to find a closed knee child's pose. So knees come together. Body rests over the thighs. Hands reach forward. Take a big full breath in. Pause at the top of that inhale. And then exhale, let it all go. Take a big full breath in. Exhale, let it all go. All right, take one more big full breath in. Pause at the top of that inhale. And then let it all go. All right, we're going to come up to tabletop here. Take your left leg out to the side. Let the left foot come down to the earth. So the right knee is still under the right hip. You can tuck those toes. And we're going to rock back and forth, just getting that inner thigh here. A little bit like we did in that frog variation. As you exhale, press back. Maybe bring your hip down toward your heel. You can keep that bottom toe tucked or untucked. Tuck just gives you a nice stretch on the bottom of that plantar fascia, the bottom of your foot. We'll take two more like this, just rocking back nice and gentle. All right, this time when we come forward, we're going to take this into a side plank variation. So this left foot's going to swing back. The right foot's going to swing out to the back of the mat. The right hand's going to come down on the earth, and the left hand's going to reach up to the sky. We're going to take a big breath and reach it up. And then exhale, we're going to arch that over. Find a nice big stretch. Press that hip forward. You know, opening through the low back and the hips. Also, you've got to think about the front. There's this nice long muscle, the iliopsoas, goes from the front of the lower vertebra sort of anyway, and then all the way down through the front of the leg, hooking onto that femur bone. So it's very deep in through this area. And then open it up. Feel that nice big stretch. Take a big breath in. And then exhale, we're going to land that down. So we're going to find that same thing on the other side. So this time that right foot comes out. Plant that Right foot down, hands out in front of you, and we're just gonna rock back and forth. And again, we're looking for that edge. We're looking for the end of your range of motion where either you are met with muscle resistance, or for some of us, if you're hypermobile or maybe you suffer from a little bit of arthritis, there's going to be maybe some osteophytes or some, your skeletal system's going to stop you from moving forward and backwards. So listen to your body. I want this to feel good. And I'd like this to feel more on the muscular side, more that you're getting into the muscles than anything else. So if you have to change and modify this position to suit you, please, by all means. All right, we're going to take this into that side plank variation on this side. So that right leg's back, left foot's kickstand. Reach that arm overhead, big breath in and out. Open through that rib cage. Gaze can go up or down. If you have any sort of cervical vertebra issues like whiplash or anything, sometimes looking down is easier on the neck. When you look up, you have to use a lot more muscle to get that head to turn. So be mindful of where you are. Now press that top hip forward, that nice big stretch to the iliopsoas. Big breath in. All right, then we'll land those hands down on the ground. Press the palms of the hands down, but then a little suction up through the palms, strong through the shoulder blades, press through the front of the back body, tuck through the toes. We're gonna send the hips back, and then we're gonna send the hips high to downward facing dog. Big breath in, long breath out. Big breath in, long breath out. Now you can lift the heels and lower, you can pedal the heels. We're going to plant the left foot in the middle of the mat. We're going to reach that right leg up high. We're going to open through the hips, bend the knee, lift the knee to the sky. That heel is going to try to go to the hip, go to the glutes there. Take a big breath in here, and then we're going to square the hips and we're going to step this all the way through. We're going to land that back knee. Take the hands to the inside of that front foot. Walk that front foot over, little external rotation. Keep the left hand planted, right hand to the knee, and then open it up. Take a big breath in, and then exhale, pull it back, close it down. We're just gonna rock through opening, external rotation, and then bring it back in. So that neutral position to that external rotation in through the hip here. All right, and then we're gonna find a pause. So depending on where you need a bigger stretch, if it feels better for you to stay with the toes forward and dropping down onto the elbows, or maybe you have a prop in front of you, or if it feels better, you can keep that external rotation to the hand. And if you want a little bit deeper, you can bend that back knee, reach for the inner edge of that back foot. Take a big full breath in here. And a long breath out. Big full breath in. Long out. All right, one more breath in here. And then we're going to take the hands down to the mat. You're going to tuck that back toe, lift that back knee, shorten your stance just a little. We're going to come into Parsvottanasana, so pyramid pose. Toes are forward, and let the body hang over that front knee. Keep a micro bend in that front leg, and let the head hang heavy. Soften it all down. I feel like my hair is out of control today, so little wild mane. Just shake that mane. Let everything soften down towards that thigh. Keep the right hip rooting back to the back of the mat. Try not to let the right hip sink forward or reach forward. Nice big stretch to the back of that hamstring. Soften through the hands. Soften through the jaw and the face. All right, bend into that front knee. Lift that back heel. High lunge. Reach up. Big breath in. Exhale. Open through the heart. Interlace the hands behind the back body. Big breath in. All right, exhale here. Let the hands go. Soften that back knee. Bend into that front knee. Take the right hand to the low back. Left hand to the outer edge of that right leg. And a gentle twist. Big breath in. Long breath out. Take one more breath in here. All right, we're going to plant the hands. Step back. High plank. Pause here. Pull the abdominals to the spine. We're going to stay here for 5. Spread the shoulder blades wide for 4. Press down through the body, get strong for 3, 2, 1, drop the knees down. We're going to lower the heart and the chin first. Heart comes down, chin comes down, little grasshopper elbows, and then pull through. Take the hands wide off the mat. Tent the fingers, lift up, elbows point towards the sky. Big breath in. Then exhale, drop the right shoulder down, right cheek. Inhale up. Left shoulder, left cheek. Inhale up. Little opening for that upper spine here. Drop it down. One more time. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale down. Back up through center. Drop the body down. Press down through the hands, through the knees. Pop a little booty, and then press up to tabletop. And then back down, downward facing dog. All right. Right foot comes down to the center. Lift the left leg high to the sky. Crack that knee open. Bring the heel towards that opposite glute. Keep the shoulder blades square on the ground. Press down through the hands. Take one more big breath in. Square the hips. Step it through. We'll find that low lunge other side. That back knee lands. Hands come to the inside. Walk that foot open. Get a little wider. Externally rotate through those toes. And then we're going to take the right hand staying there, and then we're going to externally rotate through that left hip now. Open it up, and then close it down. See if you can keep that back toe flat here. I know sometimes it's easy for us to let that heel drop out, but if you keep your big toe mound rooted down, you might notice a little different feeling in through that right hip for the stretch here. All right, keep bringing this in and out. Just being mindful and paying attention to where you hold tension, what feels tight. All right, one more here. And then your choice. Maybe you stay here, or maybe you come down to the forearms, or maybe you bend that back knee and reach back for that foot. And then breathe. Find that big full breath in. Find where you need the openness. If you reach back for that foot, maybe you have a strap, or maybe you're able to grab that foot. You get a nice chest opener here. Take one more big breath in here, and then bring that hand back to center. Walk that foot to the center of the mat or just off, and then tuck those back toes. We're going to find that pyramid pose. So step that back foot in, toes face forward, nice and long through the body, and then fold down. Remember, don't hyperextend that front knee. Soft bend. Melt the head down towards the heels. And then breathe. Think about pulling that left hip crease back. And as always, so many prop variations. You can have a chair here, you can have blocks here, or you can be folded with the hands on the ground. All right, take one more big breath in here. One more exhale. And then we're going to go to a wide-legged forward fold here. So toes turn slightly in, soft bend in the knees. Take a breath in, find that halfway lift, little tuck of the chin. And then exhale to fold. I'm going to move with that. Inhale, find that halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Use the abdominals to stay strong here. Exhale and fold. One more time. Inhale, find that halfway lift. Exhale, fold down. And then inhale, find that halfway lift. Plant the left hand in the middle of the mat. Right hand's going to reach to the sky. Big opening. So right there, my hip's trying to go with me. See if you can keep your hips level. Maybe even take the right hand to that low back and just twist through the body. Twist through the back body. Maybe you reach your arm up, or maybe it stays at the hip. Keep that right hip rooting down. Open. Don't take the twist deep into the neck. Keep it in through the back body. Squeeze that right shoulder back. Take one more breath in here. And then exhale. The right hand lowers. We're going to switch sides. So left hand to the low back. Try not to let that left hip lip all the way up. And squeeze the shoulder blade down the back. Try to keep long through the cervical spine here. Take one more big breath in here. And then fold down. Walk your hands to the back of the mat. Find downward facing dog. Big breath in. And then exhale, land through the knees. And we'll find a comfortable seated position. So, easy seat here. I've got my left foot forward, whichever one you start with. We'll do both sides. So if you need a little lift so that your pelvis can rock forward here, please sit on a block, or maybe you have a blankie at home that just gives you enough lift. And then we're going to walk our hands forward. Maybe you can lower the elbows, but see if you can find a little stretch in through that left hip here. Big breath in, long breath out. All right, inhale back up through center. Take left hand to the outside of the right knee and a little gentle twist. Breathe it in, get tall, and then exhale, twist through the body, twist through the heart. Back through center. Switch the legs. So this time right leg comes forward. This is my tighter hip, so it's gonna feel a lot. I'm not gonna be able to move so far forward on this side. There we go. So hands plant, maybe you tend through the fingers. Again, chair, block, bolster, whatever you need in front of you to let that earth come up or let you come to the earth. Little tuck of the chin and fold in. Big breath in. Long breath out. All right, take one more breath in here. One more exhale. And then inhale, walk the hands up. Right hand comes to the outside of that knee and a gentle twist here. Think about getting long, breathe in, and then exhale, pull the heart over. Keep the hips sinking down towards the earth, rooted towards the earth. Big breath in, long breath out. All right, let's come back to center. We'll come down to lying on our back bodies. Hug the knees into the chest. Reach for the inside of the feet. Happy baby, little rock side to side. See if you can let the hips get really heavy here. All right, and then bring the knees in. Place the feet on the floor. We're going to shift the hips just over to the right side of the mat. Arms go to a T. Let the knees fall over to the left. Now, many variations of twist pose here. You can have support between your knees. You can straighten that top leg. You can even cross the legs if that feels good in your body. Think about lengthening that hip down and away from the rib cage. And then think about pressing that right shoulder down on the ground as the knees go to the left. Gaze falls over to the right here. And then we breathe, nice and smooth and slow. All right, one more breath here. And then we'll gently unwind. Bring the knees back to center. If it feels good to reset, maybe you take happy baby one more time. And then the feet will come down. This time shift the hips in the other direction. The knees are falling to the right. You choose what variation of twist works in your body. Left shoulder presses down, gaze goes over those fingertips. And then you breathe again. Big full breath in through the nose. Long breath out. Big full breath in. Long breath out. Take one more big breath in here. All right, back through center. One more happy baby. Take the hands to the insides of the feet. I mean, you can also take them to the outside, totally up to you. Whatever feels good in your body. Let the hips be heavy. Slow down the breath. And lengthen the legs out long for final Savasana. I encourage you to take at least 5 minutes here. Let your body assimilate that practice. Give yourself a chance to sort of settle in and be. Thank you so much for sharing your time with me today. From my heart to yours. Namaste. Please follow, like, and subscribe at the bottom if you like more of these videos. Thanks so much, guys.